Hello everybody, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Here I am on my, on the ring. And you may notice something slightly different, but only slightly. Obviously, I've made a giant floating island and all my stuff is here. I went and cleared out, oh yeah, and I've also put all the copper that I own. I should probably just turn back because it's difficult to steer. All the copper I own out to oxidize because, you know, I might need it someday. So yeah, that's what I've done. And yep, I've got all my stuff from the snake and it's all organized. I've put things into groups. I'm really quite impressed with myself. I don't normally do stuff. And now I need to start with the palace building of Atlantis. What I'm going to do, and I had a look at some of B-Dubs' old castle builds. Thank you. Right, there you go. And there was one tiny castle, because let's face it, B-Dubs castles can be quite small sometimes, that did sort of a swirl. And I thought, you know what, that is such a great idea. It's such a great idea, particularly for something Atlantis. But I'm going to start very small, kind of off to one side, and then get bigger. And so by the time it swirls around here, which will be my main storage building, which is what I hope to get done today. But you know, your girl has issues with time management. Let's be honest about this. So yeah, and you may notice this is something that B-Dubs actually helped me with. Actually, B-Dubs and Grian, and I would say Iskal, but Iskal just told me to get rid of the diorite. So, you know, but the gradient from this grey up until white, I don't know if I will get to white, but I could maybe get to the white right at the very tippy top. But I want to get some blocks that I can just plan out, because this obviously is not the end of the terraforming of the stone. This is just, I've got the base bit done, and I put some lights in the water because this was just black, and I just think it looks better with some lights. So what you will see next is I'm going to go over to Beef's farm and get some red wool and make some red wool towers and stuff, because I don't have anything else that I could do it of. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot out my build, and that should be fun. Actually, looking at this, 4 stacks for 1 diamond. That's actually a really good deal, considering he's got red and yellow, which are kind of the things that I would want to grab anyway. So yeah, we're going to bargain bin our way through this. All right, so that's the sort of outline of it. I am not convinced by how tall it is, but, you know, we'll work on that when we get there. Because, you know, height is a nothing issue. We can make things better. This, I'm going to have to move up taller. These towers are definitely going to have to be taller. But if we look at it from below, from above, then we got this little spiral thing, and there are going to be a couple of shorter towers over here. So that's sort of where I'm going with this at the moment. So I'm going to get like, the plan today is to get all the outline blocks done. It does need to be taller though. It feels like it needs to be a lot bigger, and I don't know how much my gradient's going to work. I do think I need to make more concrete, because of course I do, because I don't have a huge amount because I used it all on the ring. It's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Really? No, I am. It's fine. All right, so incoming is possibly the longest time lapse I think I've ever done, so I figured to talk over it. I want to say, if you're gonna do a planning block, don't use wool. It wasn't until I remembered I had the sheer audacity that I remembered I could do this. So, you know, this isn't exactly how I want it to end up. I mean, it looks all right at the moment, but the texturing, I just put in layers at the moment so I could just faff with the layers later on. You'll see that that took several passes just to do one building. In fact, the texturing on this is going to take the majority of the time. What did occur to me, seahorses. What did occur to me whilst I was doing this was that I made the dark go up too high. What I need to do is I need to bring the white or the light colours down further into the blocks, because I thought it's going to be very tall. I'm going to need like 4 or 5 layers thick. No, those darker layers I felt needed to be much smaller, and then have the white sort of stretch up into infinity kind of thing. That's the feeling that I was going for. So when I eventually do the texturing, which as you can tell is going to be a while because this took hours. It took hours. But yeah, I as I'm doing the texturing, I'm actually bringing the lighter colours down further than pretty much anything. So I actually am aware that it's too square. You don't need to comment that. I'm aware it's too square. But here's the thing. Like towers and balconies and all that sort of stuff is going to come out of this. So whilst it looks square at the moment, eventually it'll still be pretty square, but there will be a much more sensible curve, and like there's going to be balconies and, you know, like mini gardens coming out, and it will look much less. Oh, this is the texturing. It will look much less square. I only did this one building, and I figure as I go through the building, I will do that. You can see me bringing down the colours like much further down, so that the darker colours shift faster into the lighter colours. I think I need to do that more. But yeah, this is. I can understand why an average Minecraft player would not do this. This is ridiculous.
Hey, Cleo.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Doing well. As you can tell, I have been laying out quite a few segments of this tunnel here.
I am very impressed. You followed Tango's plan exactly, except for maybe the upside down. You know what? It's fine.
No, these ones are upside down, so we know that, you know, the tunnel is in distress at this point. You're getting to the end of the world border here. You don't want to tunnel further, right? That's a warning.
You know what? That makes entirely too much sense. Perfect.
Great. So I laid out a tunnel here toward our bases.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't really know what it should look like. So I started experimenting with like playing with the same block palette as Tango's, and then I decided that was a terrible idea. And I can rip this all out if you want, or I can let you build on it or rip it out yourself.
You know what? I might just we might just have parallel tunnels. You can do whatever you like, and then say this is my tunnel.
I have a perpendicular tunnel. You want to see it?
Okay.
Here,
sure.
Come this way.
I'm coming.
So in addition to these 6 segments that we got laid in here, you know, since we're to the southwest, I thought we should really have, you know, the west tunnel and the south tunnel looking good. So here I am.
Okay. And
so here is my perpendicular tunnel.
Right. So
I've only decorated this one. It's like the shooter lane of a pinball machine, and the portal is in a pinball.
That's actually quite neat.
Thank you. And so then you see here, this is where the 2 tunnels would meet, and you can do whatever you want with that other tunnel down that way.
Okay.
And it'll continue this way a little while to get to your base.
That makes sense. I can work in a giant pinball. That's fine. I think.
Well, or you can, like have a wall here if you want, or a door or something.
I could do that. That is a thing I genuinely could do. That's good. I'm quite impressed that you got this far, to be honest. Well done.
Oh, I got this far. You want to see how far I can go? Come this way.
Oh no.
Yeah. So the thing about doing stuff like this that doesn't require much creativity is even when I'm tired at the end of the day, I can kind of just keep working on it as long as I don't run out of fireproof potions.
Right.
And so
no.
I've dug out quite a distance.
What is
here.
wrong with you, Joe Hills?
Well, so it turns out we need to get to like negative 888 on this tunnel to reach Vintage Beef's map area. So I've got a tunnel that
Why
goes...
would we do that, though?
Because that's how far west the server goes. That's the furthest west landmark on the server is Vintage Beef's map area. And maybe Beef would like a nice tunnel connected to the Nether Hub that leads there.
He can have a tunnel. I don't know how nice it's going to be.
Well, I mean, Tango demands only the finest tunnels.
Tango can demand all he likes.
Cleo, you know what else goes on forever, it seems?
My patience.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by how patient you are with me. Did you know that I joined Hermitcraft 10 years ago, a couple days ago now?
Oh, yes, I saw you tweeted.
Yeah, I knew it was coming up, but I didn't realize it had actually passed.
Oh. Yay!
So I don't know if this tunnel is a metaphor for that in some way. Where it's like some parts of it look really good, and some parts of it are creative, and then some parts of it are just me going like, I don't know, Tango said that in this direction, so I'm just gonna do that indefinitely.
Yeah, no, Yeah, well, it's a metaphor. It's definitely a metaphor. Yeah, I just wanted to show you what I've been doing because I've been doing a lot and I don't feel like it's being, let's say, properly recognized because,
I mean, I have barely left the Nether except to gather supplies.
I have gathered a huge amount of supplies. I've done a lot of building. I've tried to gradient. I'm going to have to rip out like half of it, but
Wow.
This
What
is my
is this?
base. This is
Clearly.
Atlantis.
So
I want someone to be
it's
proud
like
of
the
me,
most
so I had to come to
superlative
you.
Atlant?
It is, yes.
Wow. I mean, I've seen some Atlanter bases, but this is the Atlantis.
Thank you. That's what I needed to hear right now because I want somebody to appreciate that I've put in a lot of work. I've made this, like this episode, I've had no interaction with anyone. I've made this island and I've made the buildings and I've gathered all the materials for it and like nobody's gonna see it.
Well, yeah, they will. The shopping district is like right over here. They're expanding out west.
I mean, that's true, but
This is going to be broadly visible.
Yeah.
Look at this prime real estate. People are going to be snatching this up over here.
I mean, eventually there will be people, but it's just it doesn't help that I have to take down half of this tower that I've obviously gradiented.
Why
and
is
rebuild
the tower deficient?
Oh,
what's wrong?
because I want to make it like smaller at the top. So like I'm going to have a roof sort of like halfway through and then the top's going to be a slightly smaller, maybe oblong sphere thing.
How much of this is powder?
Like a ninth.
Here's what I would do. I would talk to Doc about building a self-elevating flying machine with pistons on it that can push all the blocks in one block and then go up one, push all the blocks in one block, go up one. Now, the powder ones that are right where it cuts in the first time, you might have to build a shelf to catch those, but above that, if you're working from bottom to top, the
is that
previous
doable?
layer...
Is that even...
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you. I really do. Like, particularly now when you've got, like, genius on your side.
I do what I can.
I spent so much time.
So, just out of curiosity, is this like for my base? I've been like scaling it to be a 12-month project, right? But it seems like with your base, you've already got like the whole thing roughly laid out. Like,
Yeah.
is this gonna take you a year?
Oh yeah, because I'm doing like it's gonna be like a castle. It's gonna be room by room, and then I've also got plans for like other rings, sort of out in the distance. So you know.
Oh,
I
so
feel-
this is gonna be like an archipelago.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be like 3 floating islands. That's the plan. But if I get 1 floating island done, I'll be happy with that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, it's going to take a while, but you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day.
No. It was actually a long weekend for everyone involved. Do you need more tough, by the way? I've got like a chest full of tough.
No,
that I've been, like...
Okay. I've like I say, this is like, aside from like everything and doing all the texturing work on the gradient, I think like this is about what it's going to look like. I might change the size and shape of things because I have no concept of when to stop.
Yeah, I don't either. Hence this tunnel, it's going to go to ZF's map and beyond.
Yeah. But
you know, I think no concept of when to stop might be the name of this episode.
What, both of them? Now, as I told Joe, that part of the building I need to redo. However, what we're going to do is we're going to ignore that part of the building even exists right now. We're going to focus on the entryway. Now, I was thinking of having, because this is going to be like my storage room and it's going to look like a real storage room. There's going to be like chutes and stuff for bulk objects and like shelves and stuff for the others, which are going to be subtly organized. Subtly. Yeah, you heard me. I can be subtle. But right now, I'm going to use like trapdoors to make a big open doorway. I don't know if this is an odd or an even thing. Kind of needs to be an even thing. But we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out, and then I'll just build this front porch with the little roof and like a little secondary roof. It'll be cool and cute. Like me. All right, so I got the outside bit done. I put some lanterns here. I'm going to make this like a mixture between grass and path and all sorts of things. The floors, I was hoping for like a more industrial feel, but I feel like I was going to try for blast furnaces all the way through this room. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's on the cards for me, to be honest. But, you know, live in hope, because that's all I can do. So I think we're just going to go with the old spruce planks and a bit of wood, and, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be pretty enough. Right, so this is an idea I had for bulk storage, because what we've got in here is what will be cobble storage. I'm going to have a set of stairs, and this is going to go off into the ceiling, and there'll be a door behind it, and I can put all my bulk storage crates in here. So, and whatever's coming out at the chute at the bottom is what is in that crate. So, hang on. This is obviously armor stands. So if I go in here, I can always pick out some blocks, but without it looking like it's made of poo. I think this is like a nice way to make it look like, you know, we've got storage without making it too obvious that's what's going on. And I put the looms in because I like the idea of a nice industrial grating. You know, a good industrial grating. One of the good ones. That should be enough for everything that I need it for. I don't think I'm ever going to have more than, you know, 5 chests. Well, 6 chests, really, if you count the inventory of that and that. I don't think I'm ever going to need more 6 chests of cobble, which is what I will probably end up with. So I'm quite happy to yeet the rest into the sun. My only problem with that is the design. It's the trapdoors doing this. So if the wall's coming out there, and it probably should, then I need to figure out how many I can fit along this staircase, really, because that's going to take some time. And I will change the floor, don't worry, it's going to be fine. Those are the things that I think I'm going to need to do this with. So that is dirt, cobble, gravel, sand, andesite, deep slate, cobbled deep slate, and stone. Those are the things that I think I'm going to need for bulk storage. As always, I think I'm just gonna get started on this. This will be fine. I'm gonna make this mat like probably smaller. It's not going to work this well for me. I'll probably put these in a different order. I'm just going to do it, and then I'll show you when I'm done. There we go. This I'm actually really pleased by this. We'll have enough room for a little stairway up. Well, we won't, but we'll pretend we do. But what we could do is we could do a staircase up just in front of them. And that should work, and that should work. And, you know, this is obviously the dirt one. Since we're here, and I have some way of getting up, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's see if I did a thing that works. Okay, well, things are moving. All right. Oh, yes, and they're not going in any of the others. So good. So good. I'm so pleased with myself. Yay. Oh, they're all done. I'm so pleased. Okay, so the next bit is trying to get a wall in. I'm going for like a green and dark spruce thing. I don't know. And you don't know either, and that's the point. Okay, so this is the look I've sort of gone for. Now, I know you would look at this and go, I don't understand what's in each box. Now, that's where armor stands and placing, like, blocks comes into it. Because, you know, obviously not these blocks, but like maybe, like, a little gold block up here, and this is where all my minerals are. Or, you know, maybe a flower pot here, and this is where all my flowers are, like a tree pot. And I'm doing it that way. That's how I'm doing it. I was going to look for like apiaries, but I can't remember what they're called in Minecraft, and they're not called apiaries because those look like boxes of stuff. All right, so this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. If you come in and if you look over here, you see that these things on these shelves mean that this chest contains all my ores. And now up here, we've got like non-specific food items because I put the turtle eggs up there, and this carrot represents food. And up here, which is, hang on, I'm gonna, this has been my favorite thing that I've done. This is gonna be where my corals live. And like, for no reason at all, happy Pride Month. I'm very easily pleased. For those of you who don't get it, don't worry about it. Ask your mum. And then over here is my wood. This bit is all where my trees are. This is where my wood is, and this is stuff made out of wood. This is where all my scaffolding is, and I'll probably put a chest or something up there. Over here, I haven't moved everything over because this will take quite a long time. I feel like putting stuff in this room is something to do on a live stream. I think that's what it is. But in here is all my armor stand stuff. So, yeah, I am actually super chuffed. I am super chuffed. I have loved doing this. This is I think this is great. I've really enjoyed setting up this thing, and I've also put up put everything in the chutes. Sort of like, you know, it's like when you go in, you go, ooh, and if you can't get through it because that one's tricky to get to, you can go in from the side. It's just, I really enjoyed setting this up and actually having an armor stand sort of thing to do, because I feel like I haven't done armor stands in such a long time. So yeah, I feel like this is what it's going to be. Up here, hang on, I have done so much this episode, so much. Up here I've got like all the chests and stuff. This room is going to have to probably be taller, but I'm thinking having like a bit of a mezzanine around this area, so I've got room for more shelves. I think we'll probably go up to that brown area there, but I'm chuffed. And on that note, I've been Zombie Cleo. This has been Hermitcraft. Class dismissed.